Hi everybody, I'm Chris Davis. I just wanted to show you my progress so far in my Altair 680 emulator. You can see I have it installed in an actual MITS Altair 680 front panel that I happen to have. Below it is a genuine Altair 680 that I've been using as I develop this. Here's one of the circuit boards, which, like I said, is installed behind this, and it's run by an Arduino Due, just like my Altair 8800 emulator. You can see the front panel here. It is, honestly, I've learned a lot about the Altair 680, and from what I've learned, the front panel was almost useless. I mean, one of the things the Altair 8800 was able to do, it had an examine next and a deposit next function, which really made it fairly easy to program from the front panel. But the front panel of the Altair 680 has no examine next or deposit next. So every time you wanted to toggle in a value, you had to manually set the address and put in that value. And that just would be extremely tedious, much more tedious than programming the 8800, which actually made it kind of easy to program from the front panel. So this one you can see, if we go to address location 0, we have 0 in there, and I'm just going to insert a 1 in there. So I raise that switch there, and I raise the deposit, and there, we've put a 1 in address 0. In address 1, I see we have 3. Let's take a look at address 2. Okay, let's change that to we'll change that to an 8. Actually, we'll put a 9 in there just for fun. So I'm going to deposit 9 into address 2. So, you see how you can do that. Again, very tedious. One of the things the Altair 680 had is a built-in 256-byte monitor. And I'm going to show you how that works. Normally, we'd have this plugged in to a laptop and maybe have a serial emulator running on the laptop. Well, I don't have a laptop here right now. What I do have is I have a Heathkit H19 serial terminal plugged into it, but the default setting for this is for the data to go in and out of the USB port, and we want to change it instead to go out serial 1. So what I need to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the front panel switches. This is I guess the way I've devised to do it. First of all, like I said, it loads the 256-byte monitor ROM. I do have a couple other ROMs available in there right now, and I'm going to find some more. But I'm going to load the very tiny language ROM by raising address 1 in the first nibble. So it goes by nibble. So in the first nibble, we're going to have a 1. The second nibble tells it what serial port to use. If they're all down, it's going to use the USB. If it has a value of 1, it's going to use serial port 1. I probably don't need all 4 bytes of the nibble for the serial port, but for right now, that's what it is. The third nibble, I'm going to set the baud rate, because the default baud rate is 9600 baud, but I'm going to use my serial terminal at 2400 baud. So 2400 baud is represented by a value of 3 on the third nibble. The original Altair, it had a reset switch. You can see we can reset it. It had a deposit switch, and I've showed you how that works. Even though these are two-way momentary toggles, there was really no function to when you lower the reset switch or lower the deposit switch. So I have kind of repurposed those as kind of I guess we'll call it similar to the aux switches on the Altair 8800. So what I have it doing is when you hold down the reset and power it up, it reads the values you've entered in the address to determine which ROM you want to load, which serial port you're going to use, and which baud rate that's at. So like I said, I've got it loading the very tiny language ROM. I've got it using serial port 1, and I've got it using 2400 baud. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to lower the reset, and then I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in. So there we go. So now, if everything worked right, it should have loaded that VLT VTL ROM. And here, let me move my camera over here, and we'll see what it shows on the serial monitor. Oops, wrong way. And you'll see it shows that it started the Altair 680 emulator with the VTL2 ROM loaded. Now you see there's no prompt or anything on there. That's because I've got the halt run switch in halt mode. So I'm going to flip it to run over here, and there we go. You see a little dot popped up. Well, that's our monitor prompt. So if I hit M, an uppercase M, it really cares about that. It doesn't like lowercase in the monitor. Uppercase M, now it's waiting for me to type in an address using 4 digits. So address 0000 has an FC in it. And now it's waiting for me to enter something to go into that memory location. I'm just going to hit return. Then I'm going to hit N for next, and that, you see, it goes to the next memory location. And the monitor ROM, it's only 256 bytes. It really didn't have a ton of functionality. It had functionality where you could read and change memory locations. You could jump to an address, or you could load a paper tape using a paper tape reader. And I will make a video showing you how to do that. For right now, let's just go ahead and jump to the VTL2 ROM. So I'm going to jump to address FC00. There we go. See, we got the OK prompt. That is the very tiny language. Quite honestly, I don't know a lot about using it. I have read the manual, but wow, it's it's a lot to know. You almost have to use it for a while with the manual open in front of you. But I do know, I can send question mark is the output. So the output equals, let's say, 2 plus 2, and that's going to give us a 4. There we go. 2 plus 2 equals 4. We can do question mark equals 3 times 8, 24. Yes. So there we go. You see, it's actually running a program, the very tiny language. And it's doing it on a serial terminal. So I hope to be able to show you more of this. Actually, you know what? I can show you a little bit more. Let's go back over to the front panel. You can see that it's the lights are flashing because the toggle is in run mode. The LED showing that it's in run mode here. What it's showing us is the address of the current instruction, and it's showing us the data in that address. Of course, it's flashing very fast because the instructions are running very fast. The original Altair 680 only ran at 500 kilohertz, which is funny because it was actually hobbled by MITs because it could run twice as fast, but they wanted to make it seem like a cheaper computer than the Altair 8800. But you can see it's not changing much because it's basically in a loop waiting for input to the monitor application. Actually, no, we're not running the monitor. We're running VTL2. So, and if I hit halt, there we go. Now it's ready to read the address switches or the data switches, anything like that. So there we go. That is what I've accomplished so far in my MITS Altair 680. Next, what I'd like to do, I've got a lot of program space on the Arduino, so I'm going to probably add some applications that can be loaded with a flip of some toggles like Altair Basic, maybe have some applications for both VTL and BASIC that you can load by a combination of toggle switches. But I hope to have this at least available to show at the Midwest Vintage Computer Festival that's coming up in September, and hopefully have them available to buy shortly after that. Thanks a lot.